first days, people were shocked. But now, when we see the old people and children who were killed on our land, in my home, someone is killing my children, I will kill this guy.
I first met the indomitable Olga Bogomolets in Turkey when we came together with 10,000 other women from around the world to highlight the plight of Syrian women prisoners. I realized back then that she had a feisty spirit and a fearlessness not often seen. Olga is a doctor, but she has so many other layers to her as well, including her role as a politician, a mother of four, a former presidential candidate of Ukraine, and a revolutionary from the Maidan protests who inspired her medical students into so many acts of resistance during that revolutionary period in Kiev. She's certainly no fan of Putin, and he is no fan of hers. He's put her on a death list, and despite pleas by her family to flee Ukraine once the Russian invasion began, Olga stood her ground and refuses to leave the capital. Today, she explains why Ukrainians are still brimming with optimism in spite of the Russian invasion, and how her fellow citizens, she says, will soon wake up in a new country with a new future once the war is over. However, the former MP also has some serious warnings over a potential nuclear threat and urges Europe to do so much more for Ukraine before it's too late. Olga, when we first met, you were a presidential candidate, and obviously a lot has happened since then. Can you tell me what your situation is today since the invasion by Russia?
Situation in Ukraine has two sides. One side is very dangerous and very, very painful, because every day we are losing our soldiers who are killed. Also, we have peaceful people who are just killed and shooted and who live in the civil buildings. And the new fascists who came on our land, they're just making terrible pain. This is from one side. Bridges are broken, airports are broken. We have cities which are locked. I have director of my clinic. I'm also working in the clinic, big clinic of dermatology. We're doing oncology. Now he's in his city in Gostomel. He has no way to go out. For almost 3 days, he's sitting in the basement because the whole city is blocked. So they have no food, no water, but they have good mood. So from one side, situation is terrible. But from other side, for me and for many people in Ukraine, we have a great optimism. Because after we will win this war, I'm sure, so there is 100% sure that we will win this war. We will open our eyes in the morning and a victory day in a different country. Ukraine never, ever will be the same like it was before. Before, we have many people in Ukraine who have a strong love. Their relatives, their history, it's in Russia. So they can never ever believe that Russians can do any harm to Ukraine. Now they are different. Now they're helping army. Now they're trying to survive. They are different. This day changed their mentality. Ukraine, for many years, so politicians all over the world, they know Ukraine like a corrupted country with weak politicians. But the very strong side of Ukraine is very strong horizontal organization. So when we were in Maidan, we have no commanders, no one, but Ukrainians are very strong in horizontal making of horizontal nets. That's why today there is a lot of things which is going on, which European society didn't see. What's going on in Ukrainian side? So there is no one who is doing nothing. Everyone who is not on the front line is supporting children, preparing places where people can go when the bombs will come, bringing water to our territory defense. The territory defense in Ukraine has no good organization, so they're self-organized. So women are supporting their cooking. I don't see any, today actually is the 5th day of war, 5th day, bad day. Why bad day? Because when we are in war, the 5th, 12th, and 21st day is psychologically very, very strong. Why I'm so sure that we will win? Because we have very strong support from the European society who stopped to be blind. When we were trying to knock to their doors after Maidan of the Revolution of Dignity, when Crimea was occupied, when Donbass was occupied, Europeans were saying, okay, just keep calm, nothing happening, everything will be okay, just we will support you somehow. So, but we are friends with Russia, they support our economics, it will be difficult for us. So today, Europeans are different. They also open their eyes and they understand that if Ukraine will be occupied by Russia, you know what happened? We are not afraid of that. But the next day, the European countries, everyone who have borders with Russia, they will have very time to be in trouble. Because if Putin will win, he will not stop, never, ever. New Hitler was born when he started occupying, and his appetite is increasing. So
Hitler swept across Europe. Are you saying that Putin has similar ambitions?
I'm absolutely sure that Putin, if he will grab Ukraine, but I'm 100% sure that he will never do that, never, ever. His soldiers, so Ukrainian people are now so angry, the first, we were in trouble. So first days, people were shocked. But now, when we see the old people and children who were killed on our land, in my home, someone is killing my children, I will kill this guy. I will have no seconds to think. So now today, civil Ukrainians on the street, they're ready to kill, to be safe, to support their children. So Putin has no chance if Europe and all the world will be supporting Ukraine. That's why I'm so sure. He didn't stop when he took Crimea. He didn't stop when he took Donbass. Now he invasion. He's bombing Kiev. I live in Kiev. This is the capital of our city. He's trying to grab the people. The normal person will never do that.
I am surprised, Olga, you're still there. I thought that you would have joined maybe 500,000 others who have gone to neighboring countries, because your husband fears for your safety. Can you tell us why?
Because my husband, what do you say? What did you say?
Fears for your safety. Aren't you on Putin's hit list?
Yes, I am. I will send you the link. I'm not just on the list. I'm under the tribunal. So I'm the person who will be killed on the first line. I will send you their information about me. But again,
so why are you still in Kiev? Why aren't you running away?
It took me, I will tell you the truth. So on the first day, I was really in trouble. I have 4 children. The youngest one is just 16. And the war started, the real war. I was trying to found like anchor for myself. The anchor, yes, it's correct word. Yes.
A safe place.
No, not the safe place like physically. The anchor is here, not in my mind. So where is it? Where should I get strength? It took me 2 days. I found this strength in the history of my family. I just started to think about them. So my parents, grandparents, they stayed in Ukraine. They have possibility to leave the country in 1917, when the revolution was and the First World War. They were able to leave the country in 1933, when we have Holodomor and millions died. They were able to move in 1937, when our family was under repression. So people were killed. My family was nobilitated 600 years ago when the Polish-Lithuanian kingdom was. So they were aristocracy family. They were able to live in 1941, when the Second World War started. And the time for them was not easy. So they didn't feel better than we feel now, but they didn't do that. And this is only one cause why I have motherland. So because they didn't leave, they didn't go. So right now I have motherland. My children have motherland. So why should I be worse than they? Why should I take motherland from my children? So I found this anchor, safe place in my head, that in 1917, 33rd, 37, 41st, the situation was worse. People has much less chance and less support. Today, we feel very strong support. We are really very thankful that Europeans wake up, and Americans, they wake up. Right now, they are different. They are not like they were 5 years ago, where they were trying, okay, just we will think how we can be friends with both, with Russia and with Ukraine. Now they choose Ukraine because Ukraine is very strong. Ukraine is very good with excellent horizontal strengths and economical sanctions, what they will create. Now, probably there is a question for a lot of European people, why Russian people and Belarusian people, why they keep cool. this is, I think, I can give you the answer for a lot of politicians. Why we don't have to achieve that Belarusian people will stand up, millions of them, like Ukrainians, go to their Maidan and say, just stop the war, or Russians go to the Kremlin wall and say, wow, Putin, just stop this craziness. They will never do that. Because my family is actually half Ukrainian, quarter Ukrainian, quarter Polish, Lithuanian, partially Greek, partially German, and partially Russian. So my mom was born in Moscow, and her family and now my relatives, my sister, like cousin, they live in Moscow. I have relatives in Kyrgyzia, in Russia, in many countries. And I know, I understand myself, their psychology, because I was grown up by my mom. They will never go out because the feeling which they have inside was created through those times. Their grandparents in 17, grandparents in 33rd and 37, when you can only survive when you close your mouth. There is one way. My mom, when she was alive, she always told me, never talk on your telephone, telling anything, never tell what you think, never show your emotions. This will save your life. So they have like instinct, animal instinct. They are trying to save their lives now. This is more important for them because they know for sure, they don't feel, they don't believe in a big group strength like Ukrainians, like crazy Ukrainians, which can go out to the tank without no weapons. We are like, we have Cossack psychology, so we are more free. That's why we don't listen on the president. We can change presidents, we can change politicians, we're different. The Russians will be silent, but we will help them. And I hope that this interview you can show also and translate to Russian mothers. So now I would like to say a few words to them. I was the person to create the whole DNA expertise in Ukraine when we started to have war. So in 2015, 16, 17, when we have a lot of Russian soldiers who are on the Ukrainian cemeteries, but no one knocked to Ukraine to ask about them. So Russian mothers who lost their children at that time, they just disappeared nowhere, but their bodies, they are great in Ukraine, and we have DNA expertise. Today, and in Russian, they keep silence, no losers, no one was killed. So thousands of your sons, Russian mothers' sons, they already are killed. And probably you will never even knew the place because the Russians, they are bringing crematory, you have this word, crematorium, when they made fire.
Yes.
Of those. And probably you cannot do anything because if your sons will just go away or you will be trying to save them, they will kill them, like those who are not doing what the commanders are doing. I just want to tell you that we don't have, I am mother of 4 kids, and I'm so sorry, about your pain, which you will go through, but we have, there is no way for Ukrainian women and men, because we support and we save our lives and our country. So everyone who will come to Ukraine with a gun or with weapons, he will be killed by women, by students, by men, anyone, because you are coming to our land with weapons. Just stop it, and you will save your lives.
We've seen lots of images of Ukrainian citizens taking up arms, making Molotov cocktails and bombs. It seems as though everyone who has remained has become part of the resistance.
Yes, that is what I'm telling you, that today, that is what Europe don't see. They so see the politicians, the army, humanitarian help, but they don't see what's going in the apartments, in the buildings, in the villages. All men in the villages, they're coming into the troops. They are not organized with a commander from any other place. They are bringing everything what they have, any kind of weapon, old gun, or something from the armatura, like metal things. So they are ready to kill anyone, and there are a lot of people. I'm really surprised. I know why Putin did that, because when they were invading Donbass and Crimea, they didn't see real Ukraine, because no one can imagine that this can happen. Now we know that we have no minutes to think. We just have to destroy. So people having no weapons, they're coming, they're taking tanks, they're killing with their hands, because of course it's very difficult to right now not organize, but to stay in war, because Russia have 144 million citizens. Ukraine have less than 30 million. Official statistic gives 40, but forget it. So we are less than 4 times. So our army is not as big as Russia's army, but we are on our land. So every bunch, every tree, every house gives strength and support. So for Russians, there is no way to win here. So I'm 100%, I'm sure, another victory, because economical sanctions of Europe and America. The SWIFT already, so this time came. I'm very happy again that Europe already understand that it's not the game, what we were telling for all these years. And some countries are afraid, like for example, China is afraid of sanctions, so they will have trouble in Russia. And this trouble will bring the changings of values, and of course, changing of the regime. And after they will change the regime, they will become more free. They will not be afraid of coming out, giving their how they are in real, what they say when they sit in the kitchen, close all the doors and windows, and just talk to each other, what they really feel. So we have no hate in our soul, in our heart, to Russian people, but we will kill everyone who will come to Ukrainian land with weapons. That is how we are now.
Well, there is talk of negotiations, and maybe there will be a peaceful outcome, which would be a good thing. But obviously, it doesn't sound as though Ukrainians are in the mood for compromise at the moment.
I really was surprised I hope that our president will not do any kind of capitulation, because I really was surprised that he went to this first level of communication, because we are not ready. The nation, Ukrainians are not ready for the compromise, any kind of them. We are ready for the victory. We have to bring our land back, and then afterwards we can start and discuss neutral status, how Ukraine should become of the part of the European community. So this is the first step. They have just go away until they're alive. If they will not go alive, they will just go when they will be killed and dead with the crematorial in the air. So this is the, and of course, the most thing I'm afraid, the most one.
Well, Olga, let's hope it does end peacefully. Please take care of yourself. Your fighting spirit is certainly an inspiration to many, I'm sure. Stay safe and stay blessed.
There is one very important thing which I would like to say and to give this message. The man who is invading Ukraine, I'm talking right now about Putin, he is not in a good shape. He is losing right now. When the person like this is losing, he is ready to any kind of absolutely crazy things. Europe have to understand this. The most painful place in Ukraine is Chernobyl atomic power station. And I think that that crazy guy, he can do that invasion. So we have to think, all of us, how we can make it safe, not to make the ecological catastrophe in Europe, because atomic, this will be the most painful thing to all the countries nearby. So my message right now to the European parliamentaries, they have absolutely to take control on this, because right now they control the Chernobyl atomic power station. This could be, to play a game, but we have to control the situation. So I say thank you from Ukrainian citizens, from Ukrainian nation, for all European countries, all countries all over the world, United States, for strong support for Ukraine. You also, we are strong, but with your support, we are much more stronger. Remember, 30 million of Ukrainian citizens are fighting against 144 million of Russians. So we have to be 5 times stronger, and you give us strength and you make them weaker. So thank you for that. New Victory Day will be the victory day of all who support Ukraine today.
Thank you so much for that, Olga, and please stay safe and protected. Thank you.